You were thinking, what if he never comes back, right? What if we never see him again? Yeah, true. It may happen. My PC explodes. Um. Okay, I restarted. I have no idea if we are in a better position than before or not. I don't know. But I guess we will find out very, very soon. Um, I think I'm streaming. Yes. I think I am. The music restarted. Music restarted. Okay. I mean, the problem is also that I'm running like a million programs at the same time, right? To stream and do real development, but I have to say that for now it looks a bit more stable, but I don't know. We have to see. We have to see if things get stable or not. Um, um, Discord. I also have to start to cook my dinner, I guess, but it's fine. Um, no. Okay. Let me just do something. I wanted to upload. Um, 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 wait, wait. Yes. I'm trying to upload blah, 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 blah. This. Uh-oh, my post was deleted. Oops. My post was deleted. Oops. Well, anyway. I tried to post this in the channel, but was deleted probably. Probably sensed as a spam or similar. I created a simple HTML page to show a scrollable list. You have to put your Patreons inside the page. Inside the page, it's better than nothing. It works for me. Well, I'm just sending this thing to the guy that did the Patreon banner. Maybe we'll use it. Okay. Can you hear me, guys? You're still there or not? Okay. Phase node. Uh-oh, my second monitor went off again. I guess we have a problem. Yeah, so the only problem here will be, where do we store? No, we store it. It's fine. Is this the root phase node or what? Yeah, it's the root phase. Well, it's the actual phase node. Yeah, let's call it root phase node because otherwise it's confusing with this, right? Do we want to return the phases or not? I don't think we have to return the phases. I think we just have to set them in the minigame board definition, right? So we need an array of phases. Exactly. Yeah, we can call dice minigame phases or something. Right? I don't have anything here for the dice minigame. No. Okay. I thought I did, but probably I don't. I feel that, I don't know if there is something running or whatever. I have the feeling that I got like a virus or something or whatever. Or what is this Acrobat doing, for example? What is this? What is this? What is this Acro CF Acrobat? Maybe there is something that is not compatible with the... It appeared for a second, it disappeared. I don't know, my PC is doing stuff by himself, really. What is this Adobe Collaborative Service? What is this shit? I don't need it. Acrobat. What is that? Kill it. Kill it with fire. Asus frame. I don't know, there is something running that is making things crazy. I don't know what the fuck is running. 1 million SCV host. Well, that's... There is even a Unity crash handler. Let me check 1 second my stuff, because in my startup, actually, I added some stuff. Startup apps, right? There was this Llama, yeah, All Llama, this one, All Llama, which is AI LLM thing that I don't want, right? And then I think there was also the Android emulator that I tried an Android emulator, and I see starting at the beginning, right? I don't even know how that shit is called. I would like to uninstall it actually. It was like Q something. Q no, it was not Q, huh? Game loop. Yeah, let me uninstall this. I don't need it anyway. It was like a game mobile emulator. And I think that this thing may mess up things, because all emulators are creating like virtual devices. And stuff like that. But I think there is something more going on. I think there is something more going on. Too hard to feed the llama. Exactly. He is asking too much. He's asking too much food every day. I don't know what the hell, but 25 gigabytes of memory. I mean, it looks a bit more stable, but the second monitor went off one time. So, I don't know. Okay, if we can continue with this without getting interrupted by my PC going crazy, would be nice. Okay, so I think that this is useless because we already do this for each phase, right? So that is completely useless because we do that already. We want to return anything. Wait a second. Oh, my bad. No, actually, yeah, or we return the phase because we do the loop here, right? You see that we do the loop here. So probably we have to return the phase and yeah, and we will have to add the two phases. Yeah. I think we need that. Okay. Let's do it this way. Maybe it's cleaner. I don't know if it's cleaner, but anyway. It's one way to do it. Um, okay. Now, yes. You really have tons of apps? Yeah, I do. Well, this is my, gaming PC as well, so I install absolutely everything here. So this PC is yeah, must be a strong man to to cope with all my stuff. Yeah. Okay. Also because sometimes I try things, right? So I install, then I have all the database management. I have multiple Apache, multiple databases, multiple PHP, multiple. So it's also development environment for my things, right? So the PC is a CT. It's not a PC, it's a CT. Let me just take a screenshot of how it looks. Ah! Why the Patreon is not working? No! What happened? Ah, because I didn't save it. No! Okay, wait. 1 second, 1 second. 1 second. Didn't save the settings that because it crashed. That's pretty stupid though. The music is like crazy. Crazy volume. Para pa pa pam. Can I copy the properties of this into the other or no? Oh my god, I have to redo it again. Then it will crash again and I will have to redo it again. I mean, why is not just copying all the properties from one to the other? I don't understand. Because this is not an instance, this is a copy. Oh shit. Oh shit. Transform, reset, transfer. Yeah, I have to redo it everywhere, boys. I have to redo it everywhere. Parapaplam. Parapaplam. Okay, wait. Stream is starting. So here also we have the same problem. It didn't save it. I don't know, the PC. I don't know. It crashed. Yeah, it's probably when it crashed. Oh, annoying. I have to redo it on all the screens, but fine. Fine. We have other screens? No, it's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now it's done everywhere, so hopefully it's okay. Sorry, today is a bit of a crazy stream, eh? Okay, so we process this thing. Phase node, phase name. Why phase name, by the way? Why do we? Why? No, phase name, we don't care. Remove it. Remove it completely. My boys. Okay, so we do this. We read all of this. I assume that this code is correct. If it's not correct, GG. Dice type D6, D8. Add more type if needed. What do you mean add more type if needed? For sure I need more types. D10, D12, D20 as a minimum, and D4. No! D4, D4, D6, D6, D8, D8, D10, D10. D12, D12, D20, D20. Okay. So we have all the dice, right? We have the quantity, we have the visibility, and we have the show all dice and the resolve winner. Okay, fantastic. So here we are basically loading all the phases. Right, and my phases are... What the fuck? Yeah. Okay, now it seems to be fine. So here we are basically reading all the phases of my dice rules, right? So if we want to have one example, if I want to have one example, we can use this, right? It is exactly the example that makes the game that we just described, right? The poker game. So I want to put it inside my data thingy. And yes, so we will have our game board. You know what I would like to do? I would like to for a single dice cup, I think I want to be able to define multiple games. Oh wow. That's a big deal though. That's a big deal. Because if I want to define multiple games that are playable with the same board, then I need an array of games that are made of an array of phases, right? I mean, we can do it. We can have an array of that. We can have what? We can have game name. Do we want to do this? I think it would be nice. So that basically we have another struct, right? Another struct that is actually called F dice game. And this struct is made of a name and is made of a T array of phases. I prefer to call it dice because otherwise we will, right? So this way we could define multiple mini games. Now the rules, right? The rules should be by a mini game, right? So in theory here there is a rules thingy. I remember that I defined these rules already somewhere else. So The problem is... No. I mean, for sure we have it in one of the structures. For sure we have in one of the structures that I defined. I don't remember which one. Probably in minigame manager or... I think I'm sending the rules. Yeah, exactly. Rules XML. Because these rules are read from... no, but it's not this. It's not this. Ah, it's this. That, yeah, was hard coded. Yeah, exactly. Was hard coded for now. Yeah, all these are coding we will have to remove now because the rules will be read from the mini game that is currently selected. I think at the moment we will only define one mini game, but in the future we can be more than one. Okay. So yeah, so I think I'm happy with this. So the minigame definition will actually have an array of dice games. So my second monitor went off. My second monitor went off. I don't know what is going on. The first one seems to be stable, but the second one is kind of annoying. Is after the Windows update anyway, because it never happened before. I think they fucked up something. Pretty sure they fucked up something. So what we're gonna do... no. This music very emotional. Very emotional film, very emotional. So here what we have to do, we will create a default, right? So there is a big you fix me, right? Because, and I will probably fix it, I don't know, tomorrow, whenever. So it is a short-term you fix me, right? But yes, so we will assume that, so our F dice game, so we will create a new F dice game. We will call it with a lot of creativity dice game, and I don't know if I want to have a constructor for this guy. Do I want to have a construct? Where the hell is that definition? I see. Do we want to have a constructor? Well, because the phases are loaded later anyway, so... But probably yes. So we will have... Pam 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 param. And I don't know if I need this on the blueprint side, so I don't know if this should be a blueprint actually. Maybe not. Maybe not, my boys. What do you think, huh? What do you think? I feel you are distracted. You are distracted by something and you're not telling me. You are distracted by something and you are not telling me. I know. I can feel it. I can feel it. So when we finished reading the phases, so here, right, we create we create, I never understood if this is required or not to actually initialize it with an empty array, or if it's just a duplication, like the array is anyway initializing itself as empty. I never actually... I don't know, I think in theory it's not needed, but I always do it for safety, but... So... Yeah, I want to support multiple mini games, but for now let's support one and then we will see what to do, right? But yeah, so here we need what? We need the name of the mini game that at the moment we don't even have, because so I think I will hard code it. And then we will have, and I just want to have this structure as a future proof thing, but at the moment, we only need the phases, right? We need the phases in, and then the rules. The rules will be nice. I mean, we can create another node, right? We can create another node on top of this, right? So in theory, we should have here a dice game, right? A dice game node. Actually, we said that we have a rules, dice rules, right? Yeah, dice rules. We have this thing. We have this thing, but I would like to put it inside the dice rules, right? Yeah, I think we can have this, and I think we can have this. I think we can, yeah. I think it would probably be a good idea. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. It's a bit, you know, we have to read some stuff, but it's fine. Let's do it. Let's do it. So let's search. So for each mini game, right? So we have to find all the children nodes, right? Like this, right? Search all dice games available. D game nodes. Right? And then yeah, and this will go inside of that. Now for each for each of the game nodes, right, we want to extract two things. We want to extract the name of the game, right? And we want to extract the rules, right? And so that here, when we create the thing, Yeah, so I fixed it already. So we do dice game, blah blah blah. This is our dice game name, and these are our dice game rules, right? And now when we have this, we will add this guy to what? To how do we call it? We call it like dice games or something. To our dice games, right? Okay. Okay, so basically here we are loading all the now we need to change, we need to dice game 1. No, we can call it poker dice. Right? Poker dice and rules like poker. Like poker but with dice. Yes, so I think we can put this into our database for this. We can even test if it's actually loading it. But wait, because in addition to that, there is the there is the dice rules, right? So there is another node here which is called dice rules. Dice rules. So in reality, that's the full, right? There is the full definition that goes here. Okay. Boom. Boom. So we can see if actually this is read properly now or not. We can test it maybe and see if it's read properly. But if it is, then we at least have the phases defined, all the properties, and the type of dice. And then the complexity will start, because this was the easy part. But then we need the NPC to actually play this. I don't know. Well, we will see. And then we will also need to have a way to select, right? Okay, let's recompile it and see what happens. Perhaps you can find a program we can check the monitor and say is the problem. I don't know. I don't know if there is a I don't know. I will see how it goes. For now, the primary monitor didn't give the problem anymore. Just the second did it once. So maybe one of the two monitors is going crazy. Okay, while it's recompiling, let me cook my dinner a second, okay? Okay, I'm back. Let me just put the timer for 17 minutes. Timer 17 minuti. Okay. So we have the timer. And oh, it compiled. Fantastic. Okay, let's see if this thing is reading the rules properly, right? Maybe let's debug it. Because anyway, it will read the database and it will read this entry that we just created, right? We just want to see... Holy fuck, my main monitor shut down again. It seems like a disturbance on the electricity. Like if the electricity is not going down, but is getting like a spike, like a weird spike. That is very strange. It's like if it's not very stabilized, you know? By the way, Hula, can you edit the video? You said, oh yes, you have this, you have that, you have this video, you have this other video. Is there a chance that you can actually edit a video, or is not possible on your computer? Okay, so here we are inside dice rules. You know what? I think I will just let it go. And we see if here at the end, right, this thing is actually correct. Okay, let me see. We have, wait. We have our dice game, right? Yep. So the name is Poker Dice. The rules are there. We have 6 phases. Yep. And the first phase is an initial bet phase, which has betting true, minimum bet 1, everything else false. And dice visible true. Okay, fantastic. Then we have a second phase, which is roll dice, which is rolling true. Betting false, false, false. D6, 3d6. Okay, I think he's reading it perfectly. Then we have another phase, which is betting again, where we have the show all dice. I think the show all dice is not red. No, it's true, it's true. It's after the betting. Yeah, no, it's correct. It's betting through, minimum bet 1, everything else is false. And then we have, yeah, here, when we roll the second dice, the previous version, the previous one are getting displayed. And betting is false, we roll 2d6. Yeah, it's perfect. He loaded it perfectly. And then we have a betting phase, because these dice are obviously non-visible. Yes, non-visible. And he also non-visible. Yeah, exactly. And then we have the last betting phase, where show all is false. I don't know if I want to merge this show all dice with dice visible, right? Because in reality it's the same thing, it's just that it's in a different phase. But okay, it's fine. I guess it's fine. And then here we have the end game, right? Here we have the end game. In the end game we need to show all the dice, obviously. Yeah, so it is incorrect here. So we need to show all dice in the end game, obviously. Otherwise, yeah, correct. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is good. I think it is good. It's a good definition. I like it. I think we did a good thinking. For now, I like it. Also, the fact that we can support multiple mini games is very nice. So I think actually that this structure, you know, the dice game structure should become the dice. Wait, the dice game. Yeah, the dice game. This one should probably become an Unreal structure because I would like to send at least the name and the rules to the client, right? I don't think I will send this because I want this to be managed server side fully. But yeah. So I think that this becomes a ustruct. I think this becomes a ustruct. So ustruct, and then we need generated body. Then we need a generated body, and then we need an empty constructor, otherwise it doesn't like us. And the empty constructor can have no, it is not why? I think we always added an empty. No, we don't. Well, ALS doesn't do it, but I think we do it. Yeah, we do it. Why LS doesn't do it, I don't know. But yeah, I think we need an empty constructor where my fingers, where yeah, anyway, fine, because all these variables are already smart enough. And then we do blueprint read only. Yeah, I don't think we're going to create. We're going to create. So, and we just pass in the name and the rules. I think that's it. We don't pass the dice phases to the client, right? To the blueprint side of it. I just hear the name from the other side of the room. I eat, and what is the question? I go back to YouTube. Yes, I can edit a video, but my choice cannot be yours. I see. Back to food. No, I understand, but better than nothing. Okay, anyway, our code kind of works, guys, which is nice. Our code kind of works, so it's reading properly the structure for the definition of the game. Now, the problem we have is how you are going to select the game, right? How you're going to select the game. Because I mean, we can ask you to select it as soon as the window is open. I mean, the first time you, as soon as the dice game starts, right? Or we can default to one of the games, and you can change it if you want. Under the settings or something, right? I think at the moment we can default, and it's probably easier. Oh crap, this class is not yeah, this class is not this class is not in a real class in any way. No. I think we can make it. It's not that hard, I assume. I mean, we do it only for this, but anyway, only for one class, but fine. This class client is still used. No, I don't think so. I don't think this class is used. No. Can delete this. Is an old, that's a legacy leftover. Okay, I like the fact that we added the dice game as because now I think I'm gonna use only one, but in the future I want to use more than one. And it's the near future, by the way, it's not the what? Data member F what? Data member game rule be initialized after data member available skin. Ah, because the order is different. Oh wow, it's caring about the order. Holy moly. That's insane. Fine. Insane that he's caring about the order. City category after tier. It does actually. Yeah, but then why we are in an error? It doesn't like this generated body. Why? Because we already have this, or what? So it's one or the other? No, I don't think so. F, right? Missing type specifier int assumed. What do you mean int? What? What I'm missing, guys? I'm missing something. Struct, generated body, property, close, right? So nothing else. Well, maybe here the properties are a bit more edit anywhere, blueprint read only, category. Maybe here they are more detailed, but I don't understand why it's saying this. Maybe because I defined the dice state. Because this must be also a struct? No, I don't think so. Huh? He doesn't want this? Are we using any variable that is not... Well, here, yes, we are, but this one is not exposed as a U property, right? So if it's not exposed as U property, should not be a problem at all. In theory. If it's not exposed, it's not a problem. But here we are always exposing all of them. I think we will get the same error. Why? Yeah, I wanted to get one where we have, because compiled now. Okay, I don't know. Fine, nice. It compiled. So, okay, now the problem. Now we have to do the real reasoning. The real reasoning, right? Because we have a number of phases, and these phases we have a number of phases, right? Which is this. And the question is who is taking care of who is taking care of that this sequence is respected? Right? Who is taking care of this sequence is respected? Well, I think that we have a minigame manager, right? Which is actually capable of doing some things, but not yet all of that. So minigame manager, for example, knows, for example, starts the initial game setup, right? But I don't think that the game manager at the moment knows the phases, right? So I think at the moment it's super simple. We hard coded certain we hard coded I don't know if this two should really go here, but anyway, yeah, maybe I want to move them down. Yes, maybe I want, yes. Okay, so but I don't know what this is doing, by the way. What is this doing? Oh wow, already 17 minutes. Time flies. Wow. Okay. Let's go, 17 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so now what? Yeah, so what I need to decide, right, is how we manage the back and forth between client and server for multiplayer, and how we ensure that the phases are actually respected, right, in that order, right, in that order. So the server needs to have the sequence. And actually we loaded it in, so the server has the sequence. And so basically I think that as soon as we start a new minigame with a receive initial dice setup, which is pretty much the beginning of everything, right? So this is the beginning of everything, right? So here we need to set up our phased approach. So what the client needs to know? Well, I mean, for every phase, the client needs to know if it's a betting phase or if it's a rolling phase, right? And he needs to know the minimum bet. So pretty much this information we have to send to the client as well, even if it's not even if it doesn't have any authority on it, right? So he cannot decide, but he should receive. So actually what I'm thinking is that pretty much this struct, right? This struct also needs to be on the client side, because we need to know, right? And I don't think I want to send the whole game with all the phases. I think I want to send the current phase, right? So in the initial setup, I want to send the first phase, and then I don't even know if the initial setup at this point makes any sense. Well, it does, because actually this opens up the minigame window. So we can say that if there are phases, we send the first phase, right? But you know what is the problem? The problem is that if you are single player, why this thing is going here and not there? Because this is like this. I don't understand. Whoa, what the fuck? It's going. Because this is indented twice. Now everything makes sense. So for now, do we have our mini game? Do we have our mini game board? Yes, we have it. So in theory, here we can check our available games, right? Wait, the game board is what? The game board is a mini game board. Yes, a mini game board is what I was working on until now, right? Yeah, exactly. So the point is that no, it's not. Wait, the board is not the one that contains the games. The game board definition does it. Game board definition. Yeah, but I assume the one game board is one definition. Yeah, exactly. So, okay, so we do it this way. It's a bit stupid, but okay. So what do? We return the default game. So we do like get game by ID or something like that. And this will return a dice game. I don't know if I want to get the game by ID or I want to get it by... I think I need to get available games, right? Or even easier, you know, even easier. We just return all the games and then we select one. Yeah, probably. Probably is easier. I think probably we can do this. I think we can do this. And we return game board, whatever. Dice games, right? I think it's a bit easier. Fuck that. Okay. No, my dinner is ready. Ah, shit. Always when you are having fun. So for now we will just pick the first one, right? So for now we will just pick the first one, and I mean, if there are no games, obviously we are in trouble, right? So if there are no games, I think we default to this stupid game here, right? Yeah, exactly. This is what we can do. So if there are no games, default to 3d6 game, right? Open without any phases or anything. If my oven could stop complaining, thank you. Hello, making real things. Hey, long time I don't see you, huh? What happened? What happened? What did you do? In the meantime. Huh? Okay, so now here we will have our old games. Probably I need to go to dinner. I need to go to dinner. Shitterinos. Am I coming back? Yes, I think I'm coming back. Okay, so I will eat and come back. Okay, guys. I will come back in a second. We'll come back in about 15 minutes, okay? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, okay? I'm just eating dinner. Doing secret things. Do we have the other one? Dinner. Nice. Look at how customizable is our stream, boys. The Patreon list should be in front of the avatars or no? Yes, I think this is more important. It's a good time to become a Patreon, guys. If you want to support our project, do it. Okay, anyway, I will see you in 15 minutes. Or less. Okay. Good, good. So, um, yeah. Um, I'm thinking, yeah, pretty much. There's one die only. I mean, we can still send them all because anyway it's checked server side, so. But. But, yeah. Okay. So I think that the mini game session, right, should keep the current phase, right? Should keep the current phase, and which is pretty much just an integer, right? It's nothing more than that. What the fuck? Okay. Why this? No, please, don't do it this way. Come on. You're so annoying. Okay, so so I think we send out the first phase right now. Now, So this becomes also... And what do I need? Everything. Absolutely everything. Well, probably except the last one, because this one is server side only, no? Yeah. Okay. So basically what we do, we switch to the first phase of the minigame, and then we send the first phase to the client so that he knows what to expect, right? What he has to do. So fuck, he was there. No, it's not there. Yeah. Right. So we do what we send we send a phase start. I think we send a phase start, and we take our one game what dice phases of 0, assuming we have at least one. Yeah. Yes. And so if a dice phase data, if a dice phase data, if a dice phase data, if a dice, what? F dice phase data, right? And that's it. Probably yes. Probably yes. So we send that, right? We send that with a phase number 1. Then we will have two main functions. One is the add bet, this one, the player bet. And the other one will be the player roll. Exactly. So in these two functions, I will have to do a number of checks, right? And how do we know if it's a phase game? How do we know if it's a phase game? Well, no idea. In theory, if our game board, I don't know. How do we know? How do we know if we are in a phase game? If our game board definition, because we don't know which game we selected, right? No. We don't know which game we selected. Oh, good job. No, we need to know which game we selected if we are in multi-game, right? So yeah, so the session should know what is the currently selected game. Yeah. And and it also should know if it's a phase game or not, I guess. Unless we start with phase game -1. Yeah, we can do that. Potentially we could start with phase game -1, and if he's above, if he's 0 or above, is we are in a phase game. Otherwise we are not, right? But then we also need to understand. Oops. We also need to understand what is the current game that we are playing, right? If there is one. So and this one can also start as -1, so we are sure that we don't mess up, you know. And so this basically means that no, it's in the session, so is here. Current dice game is here, right? Yes. So we want, yeah, so we want to say if phase number is different than -1, then we are in a phase game. This is what we said, right? And so we can get from our games, from our game board available games, I think we can have another function here, which is just get game phases, or get current, or get phase number, whatever. Yeah, something like that. And this will return a phase data. Get dice, get phase data, and it will get the phase number, and it will just return the game board definition of the current games, whatever, of the current because the game board doesn't know, it's the session that knows, so we also need to This will be like the current game, right? And then we will get the phases, and of the phases we will get the phase number, right? Yeah. So, oops. So we can get the phase data of our current game, of our current phase. Can we call it current instead of calling it like number and current, which is super annoying? Yes, please. Current phase, current dice. Okay, very nice. Right. So this will return an F phase data, whatever. And okay, so the first thing that we want to determine is if it's a betting phase or not, right? Because we are entering here a player bet. So if the player is betting something and is not a betting phase, then, you know, we cannot do much. We will just we will maybe just send a message to him saying nope. Right. So if the current phase data dot is betting, huh? No. If the phase is betting is false, then we say you cannot bet in this phase, right? And we will just reset the bet button, and nothing will change, right? If is a betting phase, then what do I want to do? I want to basically do this, but I want to do a check if my betting is actually closing the phase, right? Because if I bet the same amount, if my bet is equal to the one of my enemy, then the betting phase is closed. So I think we can do this, and we can do this. Right, we can do this, but we can do this. But then here at the bottom, we have to close the current phase and increment it. Well, so I have to do this again. It's a bit annoying to do it again, but it's just 2 lines, so I think it's okay. So if it's a betting phase and it's a phase game, right? So now we need to check if our amount actually matched the amount of the opponent. And if that is true, then the betting phase ends if the players have bet at least the minimum amount. Right? That's another thing actually. That they need to bet the minimum value. So if the amount that they want to bet is less than the current phase minimum amount, the current phase minimum bet, right? Then we return an error as well, and we say you have to bet as minimum, right? And we have to say the minimum bet is %D, right? And we return an error. Okay. Then okay, so here we have to check if my current amount, because the minimum betting we have it only as a chip at the beginning. So actually in our definition of the game, this minimum bet at the beginning should be like 20 or 10. Yeah, the initial bet, I think it should be 10. The initial bet, I think, should be 10. For example, So we'll check that that is actually respected. And then assuming that that's respected, because we checked it above, here what we want to check if your opponent has the same value as you after, right? So I have to say if my current total bet amount, which is basically, but the problem is that it's by player. This is a bit annoying. This thing that is by player. I think we have to assume that anyway we have only 2 players, right? Because here the code in theory works also if you have multiple players, but I don't think it makes a lot of sense. I think we have to assume that we have 2 players. So I think we just do a check, right, on both players. Right. So for the phase to complete, there are certain conditions, right? So the first conditions is that we have 2 players, right? If there is only 1 player connected, you cannot play in a phase game. So the current number of players must be 2. And, right, and the first player total bet should be equal to the second player total bet, right? And I would say with this assumption there are 2 players, I think we are fine. So if this is true, right? If this is true, then we can move to the next phase. So this phase is completed, and we can get the next phase. So how do we move to the next phase? Well, in the same way we have a get phase, we can have a get next phase, no? Get phase number. No, we have a get dice game phase, whatever. No, what was the thing? How did I call it? No. How did I call the thingy? In the initiate thingy. When we initiate. No, not here. Close. Yeah. So how do we get... we just say dice phases of 0. GG. Okay. And we get it from... one game, which is the game that we selected on Minigame Manager. I don't know if I want to put it on Minigame Manager or I want to put it on get phase number. Get phase number is under session. I think it should be the manager, not the session, no? That is moving to the next phase, or... No, it's probably better in the session, because the session already knows the board type and the current phase, so yeah, I would say it's probably better. It's probably better. It's probably better. Oh, by the way, here we had a roll phase. Well, but it is okay. It is just it's fine, I guess. Yeah, I think it should be the session. I don't know if it's get dice next phase, because actually it could also be valid for other type of games in theory. At the moment it's used only by the dice game, but you can have a phase game also with the standard board, right? When you have betting at the beginning and then, well, yes and no actually. But anyway, the minigame should know everything, right? So in theory we have... Oh. What happened? Because I call it dice game, huh? No, because I call it current phase. Because I call it current phase. Fuck. So this one should return Wait. It doesn't have the games? No. The one that has the games is the game board, right? Is the game board... yeah, this thing is a bit scary, but it's a bit scary. Right, it's a bit scary because all this can be null in theory, but I mean it should not. But written like this is kind of stupid, right? But in theory, you enter here only if you have available games, and the current dice game should be correct, and the current game must have at least one phase, and you go to next phase unless, you know, you are at the end, right? If the current phase is already the last one, then you return nothing. If it's already the last phase, yeah, how do we know that is the last phase? Do we want to return like a game finished? We can. I can return a boolean of some kind here that is like game done. No more phases, right? No more phases. Even if I think that when I enter the resolve winners, I assume that after that there are no more phases, so it's probably not needed actually. It's probably not needed because I will enter in the resolve winners. So yeah, true, maybe. Okay, at this point. Fuck. Going backward, but it's not where I want to go. Sometimes I'm a bit lost in the code. I mean, whatever, we were there, right? Yes, here, exactly. So it is the new phase, right? There is the new phase, and we need to send it to the client. So the client allows to do only what it's allowed to do, right? So we have to send it to the client. Send it to the client. Fuck. This. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Wait, I'm putting maybe a marker there because I think I will have to come back here one day. One day. Pam, param, param, param. Now, should I send the next phase to all the players? Or should I just send the next phase to all the players, obviously. I have to send it to all the players, yes. I mean, we know that the players are 2, so I mean, I can do whatever I want, but I have to send basically, these are minigame players or are character? Yeah, there are minigame players, so we have to be sure that this player is actually valid, because otherwise what? Wait, I think I did a mistake. Okay, if this player is valid, we send him the stuff and we send him the new face. And exactly the same way, if the second player is valid, we send him the stuff, right? So send the next phase to both players, right? Okay. Now that we have this, what? Now that we have this, we have to do the same in the roll, because this is for the bet. And then we have to do the same with the roll, with the difference that in the roll is a bit easier because we are already checking. I think in the roll we are already checking. We are already... The drop dying cap, we don't care. We care about, because this one we are already checking that... but this one actually... Yeah, we have to check again if it's a phased game, and if it's a phased game, we... Yeah, this now doesn't make any sense. Well, it makes sense, but it needs to be changed, right? Because when I drop my die in the cup, I have to validate if this is a phase game or not. Right? If it's a phase game, what I have to do, I have to take, I need to get the rules. Can I save the current phase in the minigame session so we don't go crazy all the time to get back the... Or maybe we can have a get current phase. Yeah. Let's do a get current phase actually. In the minigame session. In the minigame session. This get phase number, right? This get phase number is nice, but I also need a get current phase. And get current phase, and And get current phase is doing that shit that we did a few times. So it's getting the available games, is getting the current game, and then of the game is getting the phase, is getting the phases, and from the phases is getting the current phase, right? So that is what it should be. Now unfortunately this thing is not a pointer, right? But obviously if anything bad happens here, like we don't have available games, we don't have, right? If anything bad happens here, then we should probably return just an empty phase data, right? Which we will recognize because it will have empty phase name, for example. Right? I mean, this is not a pointer. I don't know if we should change everything to a pointer so that we can have a null, right? We can have a null here if it's not valid, but in theory it should never happen. But anyway, we have a current, I don't know, maybe I will change it later. But I will get... yeah, so basically when we do this... let me see when we do this. We do it only there. Okay, so we can just do this, right? So we don't spam that twice. Exactly. Very nice. Very nice, my boys. Okay, so now wait. Now when we are we said yes, here. When you drop the die in the cup, we have to validate. We have to validate our phase data, right? We have to validate our phase data, and the first thing that we want to do is we want to validate the number of dice yes. And now we can make it parametric, right? Because before we couldn't, because we just did one single game, but now we can make it fully parametric. My boys! Aren't you excited about that? Think you are, you just don't want to tell me. Okay, so now this is abide to phase requirements for number of dice. And here is abide to phase requirement for type of dice, right? And so we say that this is different than the current phase type. You can only add, oh fuck, we will not have a, no. Do we have a string? We don't have a string. Why we don't have a string? Meta. What? We never use meta. No, it's not meta. Yeah, you meta. umeta. Umeta is the display name of right? But if I put it there, can I umeta, right? Yeah, we did it this way, right? Umeta display name, and then but can we have the value and also the, yes we do, umeta. Basically umeta is the same, right? But at least we have a way to get a string representation of our thing. Right? And so now we were getting the string in that weird way that now I don't remember, but we did it. We were getting the string from enumeration %s, and we were getting the string for the enumeration with something like enum to string, or I don't know. Get enumeration to string, yeah, this one, no. Was enum to yeah, I think it was that, but not really. This one in reality was using another function. Name string by value. No, we were using shit. Enumeration to string. No, it's not this. Get string name by get name. No. Get enumeration name by something. Oh my god. We did it the other day, guys. I just don't remember how is it. No, we'll never find it. It was a stupid name. Get name. Get description. No, get name. I cannot search it. Shit. When we did that, we did that by. Oh my god, I don't remember. We had it here. No, I never find it again. I never find it again. I have it in the code, but the name is stupid, so. Bro, in C++, not in blueprints, come on. No. I'm stuck in something completely useless. It was here. And it was the last, right? The last of the... Yeah, get value as a string, GG, bro. Get value as string, I will never remember this ever. Never remember this. So you and get value as string of our dice type, right? and star. Okay, nice. So this will basically now abide to the, I mean, enforce the requirements, right? Enforce the phase requirements, right? Enforce the phase requirements for the number of dice and for the type of dice, which is pretty cool. So now, I just have to decide when to stop, because it's 10 and 22. But I still want to do some more stuff tonight. But this is basically done now, because this works for NPC and not NPC, right? So this is doing this. Now, after the validation of the die, the question is the roll. The roll, because the roll is the real moment where we can move to another phase, and is this one, handle dice roll. Yeah, shake and roll. So apart, okay, so here is doing all the results. Now the only problem we have is that we need both players to complete the roll, and here there is no such a concept, right, of the phase game. So we have to say, if is a phase game, check if both players rolled, right? And now, you know what is the only problem here is that I'm actually sending the roll to the client. And this means that if you hack the client, you will see the numbers of the enemy, and it's a real problem. So in theory, I should not send the results, right, until the results needs to be revealed. So if it's a phase game and the results are private, or anyway, they should not be shown, are hidden, right? Then I should not do this. I should not do this. I can wait to broadcast to the other players, or I should say, I should probably say hidden. I should probably add a hidden flag here, so that we receive I really don't want to send the results, that's the point, right? I think I need another function which is faking the roll, but in reality is not really doing anything. Yes, this is what I should do. So in theory, we have to say that if he's a phased, so I think I should do this. But I really don't want to send the results, right, to the other player. I don't want to send the results. I want to send I want to send I don't know exactly what I want to send, but I think I will do something like receive MG hidden role, right? Something like that. So it will be a hidden role. So you still see the cup rotating, but I'm not sending you any results, right? So these results will be removed, right? And it is only for the second player. Because you receive your results, obviously, you want to see them, but the other guy doesn't see them. So how do we show on the UI that those are hidden? I don't know. I think we will have to say we will have to flag them somehow. So in reality, even for the current player, right? We will have to say that these roles have been hidden from the other guy. So I think we need something like har hidden, right? Or is hidden, yeah, har hidden or whatever. And now in this case, our results hidden means hidden only for the enemy, for the opponent, right? But fine. If current phase is different than -1 and get current phase of what? Of dice visible. Yeah, of dice not visible. Then this becomes true. Oops, this becomes true. And then here we send to me this one. And then here we can just say probably if results are hidden, right? Right. I mean, this is obviously false, but okay. So now we need a receive hidden, right? I actually don't even get the results, right? Get the notification the other player rolled, but results are hidden. So you don't even get the results really, because I don't want to send it. I don't want to send the results. Is first player, I mean, this is impossible, so it must just be. And by the way, that is automatically true, right? So I think this would be empty. This would be an empty. I mean, it doesn't have any. Yeah, it doesn't have any parameter, right? Because it's obviously only for the second player. It's never for the first player. So Yeah, so we do it this way. Okay, nice. So this manage the sending to the client of the results, hidden or not. And then the watchers. Well, the watchers good point. I mean, should the watchers see the results or not? Because they can in theory message the other player and cheat, right? At the moment we don't have watchers in the dice game, but in the future we may have, and so they may actually spoil the score for the others. So I think the watchers should always receive it. Should always receive it hidden. If the results are hidden. Right. Okay. Now the thing of the watchers, we will have to retest it completely, because I think anyway it's probably not working as intended, but fine. I mean, at the moment, if you can already play with 2 people, it's fine. If you also have watchers to the game, I mean, it's kind of an extra feature that we decided to put in, so you can always see what is getting played. But like 2 people are playing a dice game in the tavern, you can go there and watch what they are doing, right? Which is kind of cool, actually. I like it. Now at this point though, we don't have a way to flag that the roll is completed, right? And I think we need that. We need a roll and reset of the roll. So when the roll is completed, we need to say completed, and then we are betting the roll should go to not completed, right? So I think that here in the session we should have something like is roll done, right? And there is in this no. This must be by player, not by session. Yeah, absolutely. No, this is broken. I have to do it by player. Every player obviously needs to do that. So in the mini game player, I need to have a boolean which is saying if the roll is done or not. And obviously starts at false. I don't know why we never have freaking defaults in these classes. I don't know. Okay, so it starts false, right? But as soon as we complete the roll, we set it as true, right? So this player completed the roll. Minigame player, current player, yes, this did the roll, did the roll results, and And I would say that here we are setting the role as done. In the current player, right? And then here we have the usual clause, right? So we need 2 players. So if there is only 1 player connected, I mean, it's useless, right? So we need the players to be 2, and we need the first player. The first player is role done, and the second player is role done, right? So if that happens, it means that the rolling phase is completed, right? The current phase is completed, and we can move to the next phase, right? So in the same way that we had get next phase, should I have a move to next phase? And so I don't, yeah, probably yes. Probably yes. So I don't do this twice, right? I think so. And that is what in the session, eh? That is in the minigame session, right? Yeah. Yeah, correct. No, create global function, you stupid man. Why global function? I'm inside minigame session. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so like this is a bit easier, right? Because we can do it only once. Okay, so if we are right, we can move to the next phase. I mean, assuming that there is a next phase, but if it's a role or a yeah. And actually, guys, this is pretty much what we need on the server side. Now, there is all the client side to do, because we have to receive these phases on the client, and we have to understand which operations are actually possible and not possible. But I would say that we do that tomorrow, right? I think we made a very good progress today. And we made very good progress because we defined the rules, we defined the database, the structure and everything. We created the code and we did all the server side. So it's good progress, actually. It's good progress, boys. I think I will go. And I thank you for watching. And I will see you tomorrow afternoon around 4 p.m. roughly. And until then, enjoy your Saturday. We see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye bye. We have the list. We have the list scrolling. Very nice. Yes, you arrived for the end, but it's okay. We can see each other tomorrow again. So have a good night. Bye.